That's where I want you to go to Ephesians chapter 6. Again, we're talking about the keys to a strong mantle of leadership in the home. And the first key is manage your core. The second key is manage your relationships. In Ephesians chapter 6, it's just 5 and 6, it's talking about the marriage relationship. And then in chapter 6, it transitions and starts talking about the kids' relationship. And in verses 1 through 3 of Ephesians 6, it talks about kids, talks directly to them. And then it goes to the dads in verse 4. And I want us to read that together. Fathers, do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord. Now, my dad's leadership style exasperated his 7 kids. Why? Because there was no time, no talk, and no touch, combined with huge demands and huge expectations on our behavior. Did you say this with me? Rules without relationships lead to rebellion. That was our family. We were a Navy family. We had tons of rules. We had no relationship. And after a while, the sheen wears off, the shining white knight syndrome with dads, with kids, and eventually they just go, that's it. Can't handle it anymore. Had enough. And that's what the Bible's talking about. You exasperate your children when you make demands and you have expectations, but there is no relational capital in the bank. Now, flip that. If you have relational capital, if you spend time with your children, because time equals love to them, don't buy the myth that the stuff you buy them says love to them. Your time, that says love to them. So if you spend time, you're banking relational capital. If you spend time talking with them, getting past your fatigue and putting your kids to bed versus sending them to bed and continuing to watch ESPN or your favorite show. Okay? Touching them appropriately, hugging them, kissing them. If you do those 3 things, you're banking relational capital. Now we can implement some boundaries and some guidelines in the family that they will respect. Why? Because you're spending earned relational capital. Just like in my family. I want my family to be super fun. I want us to spend a lot of time together, dad and kids. I want to talk to them and ask good questions and get on their level and let them connect with me. And I'm always grabbing them. Like, come here, sit in my lap. Come here, I'm going to give you a hug. Come here, I'm always kissing their head. I kiss them before they go to bed. I kiss them when I leave. I hug them when I get back. I rub their backs before they go to bed. Appropriate touch. Why? Because there's going to come a moment in the family when I need authority and respect. And I don't get it unless there's relational capital. So dads, if you want healthy relationships in your home with your children, you're going to need some time and talk and touch if you want the integrity of your direction. To see more or get answers to other questions you have, check out our Media Vault at everymanministries.com.